And then now you're doing another event and it's like a press event, right? That actually Charlie hated. He always made fun of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. So why do you feel obliged to show up here? And here is the answer that she provided. Take a listen.
And everyone is asking why I even went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And it was because many of the journalists in that room have attempted to dehumanize me. And I wanted to meet some of them face to face, quite frankly. Why have a conversation about me when you can have a conversation with me? So, for example, a journalist from the Daily Mail came up to me. She introduced herself and she was very gracious. She was saying, "You look so beautiful. I'm so sorry for your loss." To which I replied, "It is so nice to put a name to the face, especially with all of the slander, the lies, accusations that are out there surrounding my husband's murder and myself." And I said to her, "You know what's so interesting? This is my first time at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And I find it so fascinating, the dynamic that is going on right now, because everyone is all dressed up and you guys are co-mingling in and out of each other's cocktail parties. And so for one night, you are able to put aside all of your differences for the sake of freedom of speech. And then by Monday morning, things will go back to being an absolute bloodbath between all of you." To which she replied, literally, she said, "I know. Isn't it special, right? Isn't tonight so special?"
Any buyers? Any takers of that? That she went.
I mean, honestly, when I watch her videos, I don't know what is real, what is not. I don't know. I feel like I'm one of the only people that are confused about Erika Kirk stuff. You know, watching her speak, watching her driving by crying. You know what I'm saying? Because it is becoming a thing, drive by crying. People used to drive by shooting, but now it's drive by crying. It's becoming a thing now. So I don't know. Me personally, I do not know. I cannot tell what is real, what is not real. At the beginning, I was like, okay, that is fake. But now I'm like, not too sure.
Just for the social experiment of it all. And by the way, I know we're not allowed to remember anything she says yesterday, but I'm pretty sure that when she sat down with Caroline Levitt on stage at a Turning Point event, she says that she didn't read the headline, she doesn't care, she's completely removed. We've been told over and over again that she's just not aware of what's going on. Now she's saying, I actually went to this event because I needed to confront these journalists who day in and day out, I actually know their names, which is more than I can say. I actually don't know the names of all journalists who write articles about me. I don't care to learn about their lives. I actually virtually never give them statements. Like my PR isn't open. You can just go out there and say, she doesn't care, because I just got tired of answering for things. But that's what we're getting. Now we're getting that she went there and she got dolled up, and it was because she simply just wanted to, and she even went to a pre-party, I believe, right? That was posted as well. But that was just because she wanted, it was a social experiment. Okay. And next she is going to say something that is ironic. Okay, she's gonna call out those journalists because that's why she went to just like, I don't like you journalists. She's gonna call them out for their reactions to the shooting. Okay, take a listen.
If you were in that room, you had no way of knowing what the status of the shooter was, how many there were, or honestly, really anything. It was just utter chaos. And so during an active shooting, these journalists are using their phones to find moments to capture for clips. They were so concerned about getting a video in a room with an active shooter that they could have accidentally and quite literally filmed themselves being shot. Many of those people have become so desensitized that fight or flight became secondary to the opportunity of putting themselves into the story, which ironically breaks the number one rule of journalism.
What is that? Bro, you expect for people not to be like, look, you expect for a camera guy not to capture one of the most coolest moments he's lived ever. You expect really like, bro, journalists, these people, they put themselves in situations where a regular person would be like, okay, this is crazy. What is that? Why would you want to do that, right? They gotta get They gotta get a video. They have to. Somebody gotta get something, bro. Somebody has. They have to get a video. You cannot come here and say, "Oh yeah, they would too worry about getting the clips like this and that," bro. I don't. Honestly, my opinion personally, I think a journalist should be doing what a journalist does. Okay, expect for a serpent to be a serpent. Expect for a demon to be a demon. Expect for an angel to be an angel. That's just what it is. It is not surprising. It doesn't matter. Anytime an angel is gonna be an angel. Anytime a demon is gonna be a demon. Even if a demon acting like he's not a demon, he's pretending he still is being a demon, because by pretending, he's still in an act. You get what I mean? So it's what it is, man. You gotta get the clips.
Anybody in the chat want to tell her what's ironic about that statement? Anybody remember Terrell Farnsworth? And when we said that was weird, they said it wasn't weird. And now Erika is basically going, who would record themselves in an active shooting?
That's like
this
the
is
best
Terrell
part.
Farnsworth, doesn't know how many shooters there are, doesn't know what's going on. Seconds. This is not even a minute after Charlie hits the ground and he's behind him, and he recorded himself. Take a listen.
They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie. They just shot Charlie.
Wow. Bro, look how she brought this back, bro. That's a punch in the neck with a knife. Are you seeing this? That is contradiction right in the face. Wow. Clap for Candace. I mean, you have to get the moment. You have to get it. This is one of those moments that you may only live it once. Yes, very dangerous, but what can we do? What can we do? Gotta get it. Gotta get it, right?
They just shot Charlie. He's dead.
He's dead?
God help him.
Hold on, you said he said he's dead? So he was dead? You know what? Let's just keep watching. Now everybody's filming. What are you gonna say about that? Like, look at all those people filming. What you gonna say about that? Bro, that was like, but I don't think this TP USA people that actually processed what they were gonna get her to say. That's so, again, personally to me, that's dumb to say that, especially about a journalist.
I'm just pointing out irony, that's all. I know I'm going to get crushed for that. How dare you remember? I go kind of spend a lot of time on this case, and it's part of the bizarre reactions that the public doesn't feel good about. So I just think it's weird to call out journalists for the exact same actions that your team took. That still works for you. Taking down cameras, all that's a bit weird.
That's
that if they started taking down cameras, you might think it was a little weird. Anyway, another part, which there's this random push coming from the White House, and you're going to hear us from Erika and from the First Lady as well, where I'm just starting to feel like they're coming after the First Amendment, right? And bizarrely, they're going after Jimmy Kimmel, which I'm, again, angry at. This is the second time that they're going to make me defend Jimmy Kimmel. They are trying to assert, and again, on the heels of Trump sharing that about me, on the heels of his advisors sharing this information about me, all right, going after my family, that it's actually Jimmy Kimmel's joke that is to blame for the White House correspondents incident, okay? And Erika Kirk is going to underscore that as well. Take a listen.
If you can just pause and just take a minute and ask yourself, how would you feel if even just one person made cruel jokes about the attempted murder of your loved one? That is what Jimmy Kimmel did to the First Lady. He said that she had the glow of an expected widow. The glow of an expected widow.
Like, so
Just
disingenuous.
48 hours before that nightmare almost became a reality.
It was a joke. I can't do the Hillary Clinton campaign. I can't do it. I can't do... That's how it felt. Trump would make a joke about something and then they'd all get out and pretend it was super serious. And it's ironic because like Jimmy Kimmel was a part of that syndicate of people that did this. And I said no, and I couldn't stand Jimmy Kimmel. And I still really don't like Jimmy Kimmel, but they're flipping it now on its head and they're Jimmy Kimmeling it. Okay, they're doing the thing where they pretend that a joke is existential. A clear and obvious joke is as existential and now the source of shootings. That's that. This happened because Jimmy Kimmel made a joke. She may have liked the joke. I don't love everything that's said about me. Oh well. But the big news, of course, is that as she got toward the end of this pre-written monologue, not written by her, is that she name-dropped Drewski and she name-dropped me. And that was supposed to be, I think, as they planned it, and this is why she's got to stop working with Blake Neff. It's giving Blakey Neff wrote it. I know he's her writer for things. This was supposed to be a moment of bravery or something, and it's going to backfire. Take a listen.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on.
Man, it's just not, the performance of all of this is not good. And before we get to her claim, in which people immediately checked her on, and it was not trending in a good way, it's not trending for her in a good way, the reaction to this, whatever this was supposed to be, just an obvious lie. She wakes up to headlines and Candace Owens saying that she killed her husband. Now, I'll show you how they're trying to clean it up. It's similar to UGA. It's going to be narcissistic abuse, where they blame it, they try to way to wiggle out of Erika lying, as opposed to saying, oh, she misspoke. They're going to try to assert that, no, Candace did say this. But overall, before we get to that, the response has just been brutal, okay? Everyone is calling her out. They're saying that the look is wrong. People are making fun of saying that she looks like she came dressed up as the assassin that was walking up the stairs, allegedly. But also just her general demeanor. Okay, here are just some of the reactions. We can go through them. I guess I missed it. When did Candace Owens mention anywhere in the podcast that you murdered your husband? You didn't miss it. I trust gas station sushi more than I trust Erika Kirk. This user writes, I was hoping you were going to address all the questions being asked of you. This lecture was pointless. We're just getting lectured every day. We're so tired of being lectured. This person writes, Candace Owens never once made the explicit claim that you murdered your husband. All she has accused you of is being a liar and a fraud. By the way, when that is my repeat accusation, which I've proven that you lie, it's best not to lie in the monologue that you're going to come after me, right? Like that, come on, lights on, guys. This person says, so she's not resigning. She's ruining Turning Point USA. She should just go home and stay at her mom and stay as a mom to those poor kids that have no parents at this point. Here is another tweet. This person wrote, if Erika truly is just a grieving widow and not actually a bad person, which is now becoming harder and harder to believe, then somebody around her who cares needs to tell her the following. 1, her disposition is totally unlikable. 2, her delivery is completely untrustworthy. And 3, every time she opens her mouth, she digs herself a bigger hole. I would rather not tell a widow how to grieve, but I would advise a wannabe astroturfed CEO to go home and spend some more time with her kids that she claims to love so much. Here's another couple of funny tweets. Did Erika tell her stylist to, quote, give me the assassin outfit today? Another one, Erika Kirk trying to prove to us that she did not try to kill her husband. These are obvious jokes, guys. I know they're now criminalizing jokes, but these are jokes, okay? Erika Kirk out here dressing like Eminem when he got sober. I did not see that one before. That's very funny. This person, why is Erika Kirk wearing something that looks eerily similar to an Imperial officer's uniform from Star Wars? It fits the theme music when they walk out. So yeah, across the board, people are laughing. They're mocking it.
Honestly, I think this is going to be tough for Erika. It's going to be very tough. Very, when you're trying to get people to like you, but people don't like you more. That is the situation that we are in right now. Okay? Honestly, I feel like if when Charlie passed, she was not so much on the spotlight, she would have been in a better place to the eyes of the people, okay? To the eyes of the people. I mean, with what she's trying to do, I'm not saying that she's in a bad place mentally. I'm saying like to the eyes of the people, like how people see the things that she's doing and trying to go with it. It is very bad. It's going to be tough, very tough, okay? Very tough to pull this off. Very tough to pull this off because it's rough.
They're saying it was, you're lying. And also it's just weird. It was weird and it was awkward. And speaking of the lying, which, like I said, many people called out right away, as that person said, I've never made that statement on this podcast. Of course, they instantly then started realizing that they needed to defend it. And of course, they came out with two different excuses, okay? Blake Neff came out and said, well, Candace didn't say it, but she implied it. She implied it in the episode where I said that the police should drag Erika in for questioning, that Charlie would have already been dragged. He probably would have been arrested until further notice and asked questions if we had found this many holes in his story. Like, of course, they should have her phone. They should be asking her questions about various lies, because that's just how it works. So that was Blake Neff's excuse. Now, Andrew Colvet's excuse is even more bizarre. Andrew Colvet is going to present an out-of-context text message, which looks like it got passed around at Turning Point USA. I got to give Andrew Colvet, like, they're never on board with, they're all like running in different directions, but he is the king of the narcissistic abuse of the public, right? He instantly comes out and starts chastising us, and he can never just be like, you know what? I would have instantly said she fumbled over her words. She meant to say that she feels Candace implied it. But of course, that would have been a hard sell because it's very clearly scripted. And look, you have all over the internet, people are calling her out for lying. Why would she utter that statement? Why would she say that I accused her of murdering her husband? And as it was going viral, too many people obviously watched the show. So they just clocked it immediately. So Andrew did his thing. Right, to prove this was real, he presented a screenshot of a text message joke, a joke definitively sent by me. And I will say right now, Andrew Colvet, you have my full permission to release the entire conversation, because how dare you remove this joke from its context, okay? And it's a message that had never been revealed to the public. I stand by it. I'm assuming employees passed this around. It now kind of explains why so many people got fired. I think I'm grasping some understanding of that. And he presented it as an authentic exchange. Despite the cry emojis, I was being asked what questions I planned to ask Erika when we met up at the end of December. So you recall at this time, this was during the week where Erika was going viral for her interview with Barry Weiss for a number of very funny reasons. And they were pushing real hard in the press to assert that asking Erika any questions was despicable, off record, and it equated to accusing her of murdering her own husband. Okay, so I sent this as a joke, an obvious joke, which they know is a joke, because when I met up with Erika, I never asked this question, and I was being funny, and I still think it's funny, actually. I said this in response. I said, and that's on, this is the tweet. The person is asking, what are you gonna ask her? At the bottom here, you can see I said, I'm asking everything. First question, why did you murder your husband? Cry emoji. And again, the context of this was us making fun of Barry Weiss and Ben Shapiro and the syndicate of people that had come out and said that asking any questions about Erika Kirk at all was akin to just saying exactly that you murdered your own husband. This was never released to the public. It's a private conversation. So to pretend that that is what Erika was responding to today, how disingenuous can you be, Andrew? You have to get tired of it at some point. You just got to get tired of it. Again, I will assert publicly, you have my full permission. Go Max, release the entire chain. I have nothing to hide. When I said and I asserted several times, there is not a single thing that he can point to that I said on this show that was leaked to me by Aubrey Leitch, like from December 15th, okay? Post getting fired, obviously she spoke out and I've had many conversations with her. But nothing was leaked to me about that I presented on this show about anything that was going on internal. So pretending that this joke that went around of I'm the first thing I'm going to ask her is why did you murder your husband? Like, why are you gay? Is a little over the top. Release it all. Let the public judge. I have nothing to hide. And in this investigation, when I went into that room, I believed that, Erika was being a little weird, but I thought that I was going to get straight answers. And then she lied to my face. And from that point on, when I clocked her on those lies and the public kept repeatedly clocking her on lies and seeing your reaction to it like it is right now, I grew increasingly suspicious of Erika. I remain suspicious of Erika. I think that is any person who is being honest. Why don't you respond to what I'm actually saying? I am saying that donors are telling us that that was an AI video or an AI audio that you presented of Charlie Kirk. Wouldn't that be a great time to clear that up? If you're going to sit there and you're going to point the finger at Candace Owens, I would have said, and it is egregious that Candace Owens is implying that we would make this up, that Charlie didn't want me to take over. And then you slam dunk, show the video of Charlie Kirk saying in Aspen that he wanted you to be the CEO. I have made a lot of claims about you lying, and I stand by the claims that I have made on this show, okay? I stand by the claims I have made. Like I said, I spoke to multiple donors that were at that event. It is strange that you will not release that video. It is strange that you are now pivoting to a private text message thread to assert that I said you murdered your husband. What does that mean? Did you shoot your husband? No, I'm not accusing you of shooting your husband. What I am assuming that I have been open about on the show is that it reeks of dishonesty. And that people told you this. There's something about your general nature that comes across as very dishonest. You don't seem to be interested in the very many holes. I wouldn't be able to stomach sitting or standing next to Kash Patel, and yet you do. You're sitting here at a White House Correspondents' Dinner. Why don't you ask him to give the defense what they need if you want a speedy trial, victim? Oh no, I'm just there to, for a social experiment. Well, you're standing next to the FBI director that's holding up your case. I wouldn't be able to stomach looking at Kash Patel, and you can. I'm sorry that we're all noticing these sorts of things and keeping track of the very many lies that you and Turning Point people have told. Biggest of all, which no one wants to address while they're putting on this widow grift, is the lie that you told about the surgeon going rogue, Erika. How about responding to that? The surgeon went rogue. Andrew Colvett went rogue. I wasn't a part of the conversation. You lied about that, Erika. That's a big lie. That's not a small lie, okay? I'm not coming after you like the internet was in early days for wearing hot pants with JD Vance. I don't care about that. That's not relevant to me, how you style your hair, how you want to do your makeup, how much eyeliner you want to put on. That feels petty to me. But you lying, allegedly, according to donors that were present, about Charlie saying, I want you to take over if I get killed? Yeah, that matters. You lying about the surgeon and beginning the entire story about a Superman neck, but actually you were on the phone, but you lied to my face and you're pretending that I have to take that because you're a widow? No, that doesn't work for us.
Yo, that is crazy. That is deep as hell. Wow. Shout out to Candace, man. Shout out to everybody out there. If you want to lie, man, don't lie. Just speak the truth, especially if you want to be a public figure. Look, everything that's done in the dark always comes to light. Everything that is done in the dark, even if it's in 10 years, even in 20 years, you know what I'm saying? It's going to come to light. So if you want to lie, don't lie. Just don't speak. That's it. Don't speak. Don't say nothing. Just leave. Walk away. Don't speak. Because the more you lie, the people see right through you. You get what I mean? Thank you for watching again. Make sure to go to Candace. I'm not going to finish this video. I'm going to catch you guys next time. Appreciate you guys. Bye.
Know this easily. I'm praying to the sky and I got no fear. That's right, bro, I got no fear. Every day in my head, every day in my ears. Yeah, every day in my ears. The one draw me down and yeah, that's clear. Yeah, everything is not clear. This the end, then everything's clear. That's right, the end is near. Get away from me. All these demons, get away from me.